Hey guys, on this episode of Days of Glory Shopworks, we are going to be working on Aiden's pickup truck. Oh, leave the battery connected. Sorry, we got to show them what's wrong. Hey guys, on this episode of Days of Glory Shopworks, we're going to be working on Aiden's Chevy C20 again, and we're working on the lights. So we had a problem where you turn it to the right signal and nothing lights up, but the indicator on the dash. So let's take a quick look here and I'll show you what we're talking about, and then we'll show you what we found as well.
You need to start it?
You won't have to start it, you just have to put the key on to the run position.
Okay.
And move the battery out of the way a little bit. Okay. Door locks are working good?
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's warm in here.
Oh, it will be. All right, try your right signal. Try your left signal first. There we go, left signal's working. Okay, do right. Just leave it on. Okay, nothing's happening with the right signal just yet. But if you take a look, the indicator on the dash is lit. Or should be lit. Right there. So he's lit up. Oh, right there. So that means that we've got a bad connection or a ground issue or a short or something like that. So we did some digging and here's what we found out. So just leave it on for the moment the way it is. And come here and hold the camera. On over that side. That's pointing down in here. Yep, right about like that. Alright, so we pull the socket out. And if we just twist it back, look at that. But if we put it up, it goes away. So there it is, locked position, won't do anything. Turn it back halfway and it stays in signals. So I got wondering, what is the problem? Why is it doing that? And we cleaned up all the connections inside. Everything's good and shiny. Basically what I think is this thing's been reefed in too many times, people trying to make it work and then getting bored. Like we found tin foil wrapped around it to try and hold it in place. And so you could literally go ahead and put silicone in the hole or JB Weld or plastic weld or something, but really you want a serviceable socket. And honestly, for the cost of JB Weld or silicone, they're like between, you know, $7 to $15 depending on what you're buying. $5.10 tax in Canadian, so like a nickel American. But so for $5 we got a brand new socket. We're going to solder this guy in and then we're going to have it all working properly. So we're going to disconnect the battery and get working. Alright, you can shut the battery key off. Alright, you got your wrench?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to take the negative off?
Yep.
And leave the positive alone, it's fine. As long as you got one disconnected, we're okay. And always the negative when you're disconnecting. Other way.
You want it down?
Yep. There you go. So keep on trucking with that. And she's off. Alright. We know it's not going to touch it. Nope, when you pull it out all the way. There you go. Alright, and it can just lay there. It's happy. Battery can go forward a little bit. Like that. Out of the way, give us room to work. Alright. So I don't know how this is going to go. Got our socket. Why don't you hold it?
Well, we put it up here.
That might work.
Angle it down. I got it. Like so.
That'll work, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe angle it down just a touch more. There we go. Okay, so simple 3-wire socket. We open up our new one. And same thing, simple 3-wire socket. I don't know, that's just for packing. And if we look, always make sure you got the right socket. So with them sitting in the right direction, yep, exact replacement. Everything is right where they're supposed to be. Got a new rubber seal on it, or foam seal, to seal out the moisture. And our connections on the back are similar as well. So we can say the blue wire will become the yellow wire. The gray wire will be this, I think, black wire. And this wire off to the side will be our black wire. Alright, so first things first, we'll cut this one off. And then we'll splice in our connection. We're going to leave it a little long. And that'll give us ease to get at it later. Or if we need to do a wiring repair, we have extra. Alrighty. So we'll cut it a little bit shorter. Okay, those 3 are prepped. Now we take our shrink tube. Yeah, I'm not be able to see. They probably can now, yeah. Alright, we got our 3 shrink tubes. We got our wires bared. I can lay over to the side for now. Take our cutters. And we're going to cut these up here where they're easy to access. Okay, first connection, we're going to do our blue wire to the yellow wire. And I like to twist them nice and tight together. So that in itself, if you were in a pinch, that little bit right there is nice and tight, won't pull apart. And you could black tape it and go if you needed to, but we don't like just that. So then we got to look at this guy. Okay, one is a brown,
kind of red,
and the other one's just plain black. I think the red is a spray paint. Yeah. Alright, so we got our brown wire and our plain black. Here's our brown. It's a brown. And here's our black to black. Alright, kind of making sure your wires aren't touching anything major. Put them up like that. And we take our torch and our solder. heat it up for a couple seconds. It's not like soldering a circuit board where you have to heat it up and tin it and add solder already. This is kind of instant. Nice fast. A little brutal, but it sure works fast. Then we take our shrink tube, slide our shrink tubes over. Oops. Alright, we'll get these two. And then we bring this guy up. There we go. That section is now soldered nice and neat and tidy, and it's as good as any wiring job would be, like if it was a full replacement harness or whatever. Next thing we do, we take our bulb, there we go, bulb's in the socket, and now I'm going to put it back in. And it locked in good and secure. I have had some aftermarket sockets that don't fit as nice. They wiggle around and you got to mess around to make them tight, but this one worked good. Now put the battery back in. You want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, and Aiden's just got to tighten up her connection. As long as it snugs, we're okay. We don't gotta reef it. There you go. Alright. Always wiggle your wire too.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah, just give it a little wiggle, you know it's tight. We know that one's tight.
Wiggle.
Alright. Turn the key on, let's see if we win. Hey, we got signal light.
It makes noise too.
Alright, now I'm gonna go to the back and see if it is signaling on the rear. And it is. Alright, just for kicks, put it in reverse. Put your foot on the brake and put it in reverse. Don't gotta start it.
That one?
I don't know, reverse is the first bump.
Oh.
Well, no reverse lights. Well guys, that'll be our last repair, is the reverse lights. And we don't have to worry about that right now.
Oh, wait. It should be in reverse now.
Okay. Yep, still no reverse lights. And that's pretty typical. Could be a wiring issue underneath the truck. But yeah. Alright. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this little episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And simple, easy way to solder up your connections. That way you know they're good, they're weather tight, and they're always going to last. That's how we like to do it. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Aiden and I appreciate it, and have a good one.